Hello and welcome to some more Aurora, where we are busy building our fleet to try and kill some aliens, because that's kind of what you do in this game. I mean, you could go around trying to make intergalactic space friends, but that's not what we're here for, that's for sure. So in the previous episode we designed our ships, and now we've got these about 5 shipyards that are going to start building the frigates when they're set up, retooled, and of sufficient size. We've got this one large shipyard that's going to make a cruiser, so it's busy doing that. So the majority of this episode is going to be making sure our economy is up and on track and doing what it's supposed to be doing. Trying to make sure that, yeah, everything's working. We do have to watch our racial wealth because building ships can get very expensive, so we don't want that to go into negative. And indeed, we actually want to keep it up as quite high as much as possible. Shipyards also are going to take a lot of workers, so we're going to have to make sure that this number stays stable. And yeah, Mars is shortage on workers, so I'm trying to think that maybe we actually want to try and shift more people to Mars and more infrastructure to Mars as well. And the obvious thing to move over is financial centers. They don't need to be on Earth. There's really no imperative for them. So let's just have a look, see if there's 96 here. So civilian economy. Okay, sure. Let's have a look at infrastructure, because I actually want to shift all of it to Mars at this point. 1800 civilian economy, 1500. Well, let's just add supply another 500. Oh geez, that's financial centers. Whoopsie daisies. That was 16, I believe. Infrastructure, add supply 500 and go to Mars. Yeah, we can add some more demand, and hopefully our shipping fleets will get that sorted. Actually, it might be worthwhile to, we do have some haulers which can do some work. Yeah, these guys can, okay, they're already doing something. We can use these haulers. They're the old model, but between Mars and Earth is really, it's fine. Ah, jeez. Okay. Yes. Add move, load infrastructure, Mars, dump it on Mars, and cycle. Okay. Might want to make sure. Okay, let's do that, and let's bump our infrastructure to 10%. Oh jeez. Oh goodness, what am I doing today? Let's cancel that. Modify. Okay, and let's have a look at research. Yesterday was a bit of the last episode. It was all over the shop, just making sure that I was getting what I needed to get done for the ships. So you're doing shipyard building rate, that's fantastic. Power and propulsion. So I'm going to start with who has the highest bonuses, taking advantage of our good researchers. Add to Q, but I don't want 23 labs on him. I want to spread it about a bit. Just adding some text. There we go. Missiles and kinetic weapons. Okay, let's have a look here. Railgun velocity is good. Helps keep things accurate. Bigger railgun, can't complain. Again, spread the research around, and I think that's okay here. These are a bit expensive for the time being, the Gauss cannon technologies. Construction and production, you always want to have something going here. Well, let's do some wealth generation. And yeah, everything else here is really expensive. Let's do defensive and control sense systems. Sensors and control systems. Yeah, there's some fun stuff you've got here that we can use. I was hoping to put them on our big boat, but didn't have them researched yet. So the Combat Information Center acts as a tactical control center, allowing improved targeting of weapons required for the tactical officer position. Yeah, so this allows more and different officers being assigned to the ship. And it looks just like a fun thing to have with a flag bridge as well. A fleet that includes a ship with a flag bridge can assign a fleet commander senior to the commander of the ship. Yeah, and presumably this just is better. The fleet commander will improve the fleet's overall reaction rating by his reaction bonus. So I would have liked to have included this, but I felt it's more important to get things going and main engineering as well. Just some fun things to improve the situation. Okay, so research is set up. Yeah, so let's get going. Let's move that infrastructure, grow these economies. 111 has completed orders, orbiting Mars. We had some unrest problems on Mars, if I remember rightly, so that should sort that out. Let's have a look at Mars. So there's some political unrest, but that should sort itself out, I hope, with the troops that were loaded onto it. I was quite sure I told this tanker to have some kind of delay in his commands. Tanker, he was supposed to delay because there isn't enough transfer fuel to colony. Yeah, okay, and then just so what I'm going to try and do is add a move order to Jupiter with a 15-day delay. Yeah, well, it's already there, delay there, so but it's a 0 delay, so that doesn't make much sense. Jupiter, move to location, order delay 15. Minimum available. Well, let's see if that does anything. Minimum 15, delay 0. I have no idea. I'm gonna have to try and investigate this. I don't know how to get a delay sorted out. It should, I mean, it seems like it's so intuitive. It's down here, order delay. Minimum distance seems weird too. No, I don't want anything to do with distance. So order delay. Let's see if that does anything. Event Horizon 2003, where are you? You are in the Tiliad system, is that? Let's have a look. It's the Venez. Yeah, that's where the enemies are. So Tiliad is there, so let's send you back to Earth. Event Horizon 2003. Hopefully you'll make it. $2.03. Okay, standing orders. Let's remove all of them. Movement orders. Remove all. Let's try and start this again. Okay, let's try now. Now this tanker still isn't delaying. It's annoying. Okay, Retooling has completed at our one shipyard, so yeah, it's got 5 slipways, so I can put 5 at a time. So that's what we are going to do. We want a lot of these, as much as possible. So we're just going to keep pumping them out, and then we're going to visit the aliens. Event Horizon 2003, there is no available jump drive. Well, unlucky you get to live there forever, for as long as you can manage. Where are you? You're in the gutter system. So you're supposed to be there for our sensors to make sure if the aliens do anything tricksy, we will know about them. Let's have a look. Let's make sure that you can move to the jump point. Just move there and then hang around in that area. That is fine for you. It's once again, let's look at our minerals. Corinium. Yeah, it's obviously I would like more, but we're working on it. We're putting lots of extra mines. And keep talk. Okay, so the worker shortage on Mars is sorting itself out. How many automated mines here? Got 50. Civilian economy, yeah. They're not so hot about sending automated mines to these asteroids. It's so far away, so I can't really blame them. But hopefully they'll get to it. An extra research lab is always welcome. Okay, cool. So a new shipyard is ready. So it's the first retooling, so it's free. So set activity. So now we can tell it to build 1 frigate, but we can also tell it to add another slipway. And you can see our racial wealth seems to be struggling, but it's going down quite steadily. So we're actually going to have to keep an eye on that. Okay, so we've depleted the infrastructure. So we're going to tell you guys to remove all orders. Are you carrying any? You're not. So you just go back to Earth, move to location, and then we'll just depend on Earth building more infrastructure, as it should do. I have a feeling though I'm going to have to add some financial centers as well, because our money is dropping like a rock. And we can shift them to Mars. And the population growth rate on Mars is much faster as well. So that's another reason why to shift people to Mars. So they can, you know, breed faster. Still have to watch our available workers here like a hawk. This will stop being a problem as Earth builds infrastructure. It should still be building it. Yeah, let's add another 1,000. Jesus. Build more infrastructure. Like there's 12 infrastructure there. Let's okay, let's try and sort this out. So population capacity is it's the million. So let's edit demand to 60. I'm just not sure what it does if 6 is already assigned. So let's do that. This should really stop being a problem quite soon. It really should stop being a problem quite soon. Okay, so yeah, it's 22 and 10 now, so there we go. Now the trooper has been built. Geez, our wealth really is falling. Hey, okay, so these are our new terraformers. They're very similar to the previous variety, the main difference being that they are faster. I think they carry almost exactly the same amount of terraforming modules. So I'm just going to send them to Mars. I thought I was so much closer to finishing terraforming those locations, but really wasn't. Now, I definitely wanted to design a new tanker because my combat fleet is going to need to be supported by tankers. So let's do that. So the idea is the tankers will refuel the combat ships before they go into the enemy system, at which point, yeah, they'll just depend on their own fuel. So the main difference is I want to put better and bigger engines on. Now, which is the best one? It's the ion drive, isn't it? Yeah. I guess it's not super important that it goes fast. In fact, it's really not. Okay, so double the capacity, and yeah, much faster. So that's our new tanker. So we can set a shipyard to retool. You can retool to tanker 2. And we definitely will need some of those. Yeah, and you can add another slipway. It's okay, so let's have a look at you, Mr. Mars. Yeah, you have available workers, that's for sure. So let's increase the demand for financial centers. Okay, we've got 66. Edit supply 66. So hopefully, I mean, the civilian economy, it tries, it does things. It's not the fastest and most efficient, but it moves things about. I think it's mostly moving people about. If you're fast enough in Eagle Light, you can see as it goes about. Okay, so we can build some new tankers. I think I only need 2. 2 will be fine. It's these guys we're really waiting for. think ideally I'm wanting about 20 of those frigates. We'll see how many we get. Hey, we have our first frigates. So, build some more. So we have our first combat ships, but by themselves, because they have no sensors, they're effectively useless. Okay, hey, we have a new frigate being built from one of the shipyards, so another one. I guess you, oh dear, I guess you're stuck where you were at. That's just your life, I suppose. Let's see how big our civilian fleets actually are. Not great, it's true. So you are taking infrastructure to Gatis B1. Let's see how Gatis B1 is doing just in terms of its existence. Yeah, so it's got a lot of population capacity, much more than what's available, so it will grow. It is growing nicely. Doesn't have the mines is requested. Okay, so this colony is mining. This one not so much yet. Okay, I'm just having a quick look around. What, you don't have a mass driver? Well, that's awkward. All my corundium's on Gong Gong and I forgot to give it a mass driver. Well, that's a priority. And hollow ones are generally too slow because it's such a far way away. Oh, there's not much difference. Okay, well, you guys aren't actually doing anything. So you guys are going to go to Earth, load installation, mass driver. I'm actually going to add 2. Because there's a lot of stuff there that needs moving. Unload all installations and return back to Earth. It's so far away. Hey, we have a cruiser. Fantastic. So that's a big battleship, cruiser. And let's get another one. And we're just going to keep building ships as much as we can until we have a respectable amount. Money is becoming an increasing priority. And as I have more shipyards online, it's only going to get worse. Okay, 10,000 tons has been added to this shipyard. It's not at 14,000 tons yet. So continue capacity, target 14,000. Set activity. Where are you? So financial centers. You still have, geez, yeah. So this is one part of the game I was starting to get a little worried about. We will start running out of workers. At this point of the game, it starts making sense to moving the mines off. But for the time being, I think it's time to... This will be the last batch of mines, but I want to increase the amount of financial centers we're building. We probably won't build any mines, not for Earth to use anyways. But I think I'm gonna need more haulers if I'm gonna move those mines off at any kind of sensible rate. So all my shipyards are working at oh boy. Okay, so the mass drivers are on. The colony here at Gong Gong send all that mass back to Earth. I mean, the good thing is that we have much more resources than we thought I had. 9,000 corundium, and on Earth I only have 6,000, so I'm actually going to be dependent on the supply from this asteroid for quite some time. And you can see after, let's see how many, it's barely budged. So it is sending the corundium back, but it's going to take a while. That's why I sent 2. Okay, we've got the tankers, that's fine. Oh jeez, our racial wealth is falling. And for wealth reasons now, I think I'm going to have to stop building terraformers. Okay, and you have to click the sub box of fleets, terraformers 2, join fleet, and let's actually have a look at how this terraforming is going. Environment. Still not breathable. I think it's just that there isn't enough atmospheric pressure. I hope that's the reason. The other colony that we're doing is Tetra, and I think it's exactly the same reason. Atmospheric pressure is just too low. I hope that's the reason. Terraforming rate compared to Earth, 2.86, and your terraforming capacity, 0.02 atmospheres, and on Mars it's 0.04. So, hurry up, hurry up. Okay. Yeah, retool. We can add another frigate here, set activity. And okay, our racial wealth is actually we started at like 60 or 70,000 at the start of this episode, and we're already down to 27,000, so that's a problem. Another thing that I can do is I've been buying the output from these civilian mines, and I can't stop doing that. So instead, I'm spending money to buy the stuff, but if I instead click tax civilian mining, then they pay me. So the good ones I'm going to keep, and the bad ones I'm going to say tax. So this doesn't have any neutronium or uranium, and it's 2.1, so you can tax that one. You have uranium and titanium, but it's only 1.3, so let's tax this. This is only because I'm poor. If I was richer, I would be buying all of it. And hopefully this means I can keep doing the things that I want to do. Okay, let's have a look at. Geez, it's actually kind of staying stable. I wonder if it's actually barely going down. I'm actually not sure. It actually seems to be staying stable, which is okay. It's certainly not the end of the world. It'd be good to get that off, but 2 mass drivers I think is fine for now. Okay, you can make a frigate. Okay, first I have to retool to a frigate. Selectivity, create, and then add another slipway. And you can add another slipway too. Okay, so we have 8 frigates in construction at the same time. That won't be expensive at all. Okay, so we've stopped building infrastructure, we've completed that. 60, 70, 80, 90. So let's build some more infrastructure. Let's add another 50 to these. Oh, it's not. And we still have a positive amount of workers, so that's okay. I guess they're moving the financial centers to Mars. I think I saw a fair bit of that happening. Yeah, so that's good. Money's still going down, I think, but much more slowly. When the second cruiser gets built, I think we're good to go. Excellent. More frigates. More frigates. It's good to see the money stabilizing, relatively speaking. Let's just see if this is actually getting rid of. Okay, so the mass is going down. Not quickly, but it is going down. So it's, oh geez. Oh boy, okay. We are fast running out of corundum. That's a problem. That is a big problem. At least we have some more on Gong Gong and it's coming, but we're gonna have to move these automated mines. Okay. I hope there is a better way of moving ships about. I don't know it, but if there is, I sure hope someone tells me, because it can be a bit tedious. So these guys, first refuel and resupply from colony, load installation, automated mine, unload all installation at Gong Gong, and cycle. Okay, so unload all installations, but what I can also do is load all minerals and then unload them all at Earth. I normally don't bother with this just because it's just really not necessary, but at this rate the mass drivers aren't going to be able to cope, and also there's a whole bunch of mass there or resources that I want to bring back. So yeah, need those automated mines on Gong Gong because I'm running out of corundium. But I mean, fortunately, there is a very long, steady supply, and in time, I should be able to get Gatis A3 up and running at some point, and hopefully not too far into the distant future. Civilian economy really doesn't like sending stuff here. I might have to figure out how to speed that process up, like more haulers. I think I need them. You can add another frigate, do that. Another frigate, that seems fine. Shipyard tasks. Okay, so we're getting there. Shipyards. I think I probably have enough slipways. I don't want to wreck my economy so hard. Okay, so hauler 2. Okay, so this hauling fleet, it sounds like, okay, it's full up. It wasn't able to load up all the materials, but it's got a lot. Titanium, vanadite, corundium, and got some automated mines here, so that's great. What was the error? Unable to load gallicite. But is there even gallicite on Gong Gong? That's weird. There isn't even gallicite there, so I think that's a bug. I probably should read some other mineral type or something. Yeah, so I went to Horizon, that was monitoring the system. Yeah, I abandoned it there, and it eventually degraded into nothingness. So this would have been a good tech to have. Shipyard operations, cheaper, but it is what it is. So, Gong Gong, what you're at now? Oh, that's all I wanted to check. I wanted to check how much corundium I actually still had on Earth. But 1,000. So this cargo is gonna help keep me in business for a while. Cool. Okay. Completed research into wealth generation. So that should help. More construction factories, huh? At some point, I'm gonna have to start scaling back on these because I'm running out of materials. Okay, so do I want to keep all in frigates or do I have enough? The cruise is basically finished, so I think I'm going to just let what I have finish and work with that. Okay, so we have 2 cruisers and an assortment of frigates, so let's do this. Let's detach these guys, detach cruiser. And how many do we have? We have 13 frigates. I want more. But it's important to create the fleet because I think you get a fleet bonus for having them in the fleet. Yeah, so you got training and grade, and I think the grade goes up the more you have people in and about. But what I'm going to do is assign commanders to these ships. So let's have a look at that. Eligible only, select a commander, naval officer. Let's go reaction. Okay, so like I'm not super sure on the difference of things like reaction and tactical and crew training, but I assume they're just all good. So let's put you on cruiser and you on that cruiser. And then when it comes to the frigates, I'm just going to assign basically just an order. Again, I think there's an automatic where you can do this somehow. And if you do know, please let me know. Oh, jeez. Okay. Oh, I think he's too look. So it has to be a commander. So yeah. So they have limited rank that they require. So you can't. I can't assign a lieutenant commander. It has to be a commander or higher. And my understanding is that having created a fleet, these guys will get some practice. And the commanders will get some practice too. So we're just going to wait for those frigates to finish up building. Okay, okie doke. Okay, so in many ways, because yeah, okay, I've got a worker shortage on Earth. That is not ideal, but what it means is I think it's time to start shifting these mines off, because I have so many workers in mining that they'll free up a lot of workers, and the financial centers as well. But the civilian economy should be taking care of the financial centers, and they largely are. Mars has, what does Mars have? Mars has available workers. Yeah, there aren't really minerals on Mars that I'm particularly attracted about. Tetra has a much more wide variety resources. So I'm going to start hauling mines to Tetra. And no. And a big reason for this is largely to free up workers on Earth. So, Moose, refuel and resupply from colony. Load installation, mine. Tetra, sand and transit. Now, which mine did I want? Did I want Tetra or Gatas? I think I wanted Gatas. No, I wanted Tetra. Good, because it's closer. Yeah. Unload all installations, and yeah, might as well load minerals as well and bring them back to Earth. Okay, so that will help, and I'm gonna need more haulers because I don't think that'll be enough to keep up with the demand. And yes, build another cruiser. Who knows? It might make it in time. It probably won't. Okay, got another frigate. And you know what? I'm not done building frigates. Shipyard operations. Wait, I have research facilities available. Defensive systems, we've got going. Construction and production, we've got going. Power and propulsion. Why? The game should be... That's so weird. Yeah, 7 inactive research facilities. Oh, it's energy and weapons, because there's some important turret techs in energy and weapons. Oh jeez, where's energy and weapons, guys? Imagine scientist only. Ugh. Well, you go to work with what you got. Turret tracking speed, that's the biscuit. Okay, now I did say I wasn't done building frigates. Okay, cool. It looks like the civilians are actually taking some automated mines to Gong Gong, so that'll help out. Or occupy them for quite some time. I wonder why they're viewing that as a priority now. It's a mystery. It will forever be a mystery what the civilian economy does. Hey, but we have a new shipping line. That's cool. Take another look at that. Still has heaps of mines. Industry. Yeah, the construction factories I'm going to drop way down. The reason being is I'm struggling for workers, and I'm not even going to have the coryndium to build automated mines easily enough. So even if I didn't have enough workers, you can use the construction factories to put automated mines because they don't use workers. But you can't do that if you don't have the coryndium, which is why I prioritize it so highly. That being said, I'm still running out of the damn stuff. Okay. Let's have a look at our fleet. And we have 20 frigates. Okay, yeah, so you can see because the grade of some of these guys is actually going up. So that's good. And just because they've been in orbit, there have been a few failures. So that's why their maintenance supplies has gone down a little bit. So let's attach some commanders and visit some aliens. I think this is enough. And if it's not enough, I'll cry. Okay, naval officer, minimum rank commander. Let's go with reaction, tactics, crew training, and here you go. Okay, so this is the cruiser fleet. So first thing to do is tell you to refuel and resupply from colony, and then we're going to send you to and let's just tell you to orbit the colony for the time being. Move to location, and we're going to send the tankers too. Okay, and you are going to refuel and resupply from colony, and we're going to tell you to go to exactly the same place. Now, one thing I am wondering about is that this colony does mine some thorium. Although there are no damn mines there, so that's a bit of a damn squeeze. The idea was mine some thorium, and then you can put some fuel refineries there, and then it can be a fuel source. And I'm actually a little bit concerned about my fuel situation, so I'm going to put 2 more tankers. More frigates. I'm not done building frigates. What is the fuel situation? Okay, the fuel situation is fine. Corundum is still positive. Workers is positive. Mars has enough workers too. And I guess you guys are collecting some mines. Civilian economy, mines demanded. You are demanding mines, but civilian economy is not that interested yet. Okay, so our fleet is on the way. Oh my! Where's my stabilizer? Okay, so you are in the Trukwa system, which is not where you need to be. So what I'm going to do is send you to the jump gate into Venez. So stabilize jump gate, jump point, yes. So I'm going to stabilize the jump gate so I can send my combat fleet in. Okay, now they can't come out unless they win the battle, and then I can stabilize the jump point from the other side. So that's the reason in here. So it's a one-way entry point. You win the battle, and then hooray. If you don't win the battle, then the aliens can't come and get you. And that kind of works for me. A third cruiser, that's very good. But let's just wait for a few. Oh, what the hell was that? Okay, so my combat fleet is in Gatas now. Let's go to Gatas. Oh, I was like, oh no, they killed it, but it exploded because it was neglected. So my cruiser fleet is there. Let's see how they're doing. Okay, so yeah, I guess they still have fuel, more than I thought they'd have. But what do I want to do? I want to turn the shields and sensors on. So it's just for the cruisers I have to worry about. So I click on ship combat. I'll go through this later when it's more important, but for the time being, I want to turn all sensors on and raise shields. So you just click those buttons, and then if I go to these ships, the shields are up and the sensors are active. They're looking for a fight, so I don't mind if they get spotted. And they're unloading colonists on Gatas B, so that's cool. I like that. And yeah, let's have a look at your environment. Still. Atlas pressure 0.36. It's no good. Higher, but it's still going to take you some time to get to a breathable atmosphere. I thought this was going to take so much faster. Okay, so the tankers are in Gatas B2. This is becoming a mess. I should probably try and organize this better at some point. You are orbiting Gatas B. You've got fuel. So I'm going to tell you guys to refuel from stationary tankers. And yeah, so I guess they're refueling. The tankers only have 3 refueling systems, so I guess it's going to take some time to refuel them all. But they're actually running out of fuel, so they might have to do another trip. That's a little bit awkward. More haulers. Okay, so let's try and... Okay, so let's see if that works. Oh, thank God that does work. So let's rename you. So mines Gatas. Okay, so it should be no secret what these guys are going to do. Load installation, mine, refuel and resupply from colony, Tetra, Gatas speed 3, unload all installations, load all minerals, Tetra, standard transit, Sol, Earth, unload all minerals. Where are you? Cycle. Wait, so you're not awfully fueled up actually. So you guys are gonna have to, geez, I hope you have enough fuel to get back to Earth. We'll find out. So refuel and resupply from colony. So logistically, this is a little bit of a challenge, but it's no major biggie. Okay, so there've been some okay, this is just the occasional failure here. So enough maintenance supplies to keep us in check, but unfortunately our tankers have run out of fuel, which is awkward to say the least. So a tanker that runs between Earth and Mars, I mean Jupiter, is going to have to rescue the tankers. Oh my god, the irony. You're still in gutters, aren't you? It's just joint fleet. Remove last. Join and refuel target fleet, and then we're just gonna remove all your orders. Oh boy, tankers running out of fuel. You gotta love it. Tanker 1, 002. Sol system. What on earth are you complaining? Go to Tetra. Go to Gatas. Fleet. Tanker. Join and refuel target fleet. Oh, you have standing orders. No, you don't have standing orders. Well, let's... Okay, someone researched something. Missiles and kinetic weapons. I just look at the top of the list and see what's there. And you've got some of the big bonus, you know. That is what is completed. And let's see if these guys can upgrade, because I depend on them so much. Where's it stabilizing fleets? Because this is who we're relying on. So you're on your way, but you're not a fast boat, are you? So when this guy gets there, we're going to be able to, and stabilizes the jump points, we're going to be good to go. Shipyards. Okay. And this is fine. This just means there's been a failure, but they'll repair it with the maintenance supplies. I just have to make sure that they don't all complete it. Tanker has completed orders and joined. Okay, so let's give you guys 2 seconds. And then you should be... Refuel own fleet. Let's just refuel own fleet. This can be a little tricky sometimes. Now, I want you to refuel tanker 1002. Refuel own fleet. You have the order. Let's give you a day or two. Okay. You're not doing it. Oh, jeez, I don't know why. Let's try and give you a movement order and see if that changes things. It does not. Okay. Doesn't seem to want to work. So what I'm going to do is let's detach you and then tell tanker 2, because they should be on the same location, fleets, to tanker 1W2 refuel from stationary tankers. So that should do it. Oh my god. It all goes in the same boat. This is a shit show. Okay, so we can detach this guy. Oh my goodness. And then tell you, now are you even have enough fuel to get home? Okay, let's go to the class design, because there's something I want to do here. Tanker 1 and tanker 2. Go to miscellaneous, minimum fuel 25,000. Let's put up to 50,000, let's just double it. And tanker 2 can go up to 75,000. Okay, and that should just, I think it just remembers that. I think you can do that. So you are probably not going to be able to make it anywhere helpful. Let's just send you to Getters B. Hopefully you have enough fuel to get there. You are going to have to tanker 2001 refuel from that tank, and hopefully you will distribute the fuel more evenly. Well, join fleet. Let's just join them up and see how far they get. Oh boy. Okay. We might have to play that game a few times. Either which way, let's try and avoid this in the future. And put that up to 150,000. Okay, let's see how that goes. At least I have fuel. Remember those bad times where we didn't even have fuel to do things? Tanker 200. Okay. Did you make it? You made it. Okay, so now if you take this fuel back to the combat fleet in Gattas. Let's check what's happening here. Yeah, everything is still building. You have negative workers. We are moving mines off. We are moving financial centers off. So, I mean, it's happening. You have available workers and you are collecting financial centers. You have, yeah, so I'm basically, it's only Gattas B1, which still really has a lot of available workers. You're mining things. Gong Gong is collecting more automated mines, which is what was required. And yeah, coronium is slowly going down, so might have to pare back how many automated mines I'm building. Let's have a look at our fleet. Let's have a look at the grades. The grades are, I mean, okay, they're going up very slowly. You've got some trading happening here as well, which is pretty cool. Missing some commanders. I guess they died or retired. Let's pull them back up. Reaction, tactical. More research. Okay, and one thing that I really ought to do, just because of the importance of Gong Gong for my economy, is to, oh my goodness, I'm not even doing any mining on Chumyak anymore. So I dropped the ball on that one. Yeah, so yeah, I should have done that ages ago. That'll be a big boost to the mining from Gong Gong. I think that previous guy was like 5%, so jumping from a mining bonus from 5% to 35% is a good deal. Okay, both tankers, yeah, okay, that's cool, that's cool. So let's see if I can refuel this fleet finally. Hey, it's all filled up. And you guys need to go back to Earth to collect some more fuel. It's important to get your fuel sorted out properly. Fortunately, we have enough. It's just simply a question of getting it to the right place. The way we're going, might as well wait for these additional ships to join in, but we might not need them. Geez, I wonder if it'll be worthwhile. Ordnance transfer, because I can't get a ship that's just going to be a... Yeah, I think I'm going to have to do it. I think that'll be the last thing I'm going to do this episode, is design a ship to what's the right thing? Auxiliary transport. Let's call it that. So the purpose of this ship is maintenance supply. It's going to load up some maintenance supplies and transform yeah, transfer them to the combat fleet. Rename class supply ship. So what do you need? I think you can be a civilian ship, I guess. You do need cargo shuttle bay, I think. I actually haven't made this guy before, so we'll find out exactly what it needs to have, and it'll be a good way to explore in case I make a mistake. Maintenance storage. Yep, so the whole point that this guy is going to... That should be heaps. Yeah, I think this is what he needs, an ordnance transfer system. And I think he gets to be a commercial ship. let's get you underneath 4,000, just underneath 30,000 rather. Need to give you some more fuel storage. Okay, I think this is everything that we need. Heaps of maintenance supplies, ordnance transfer modules, cargo shell bays. I think you are what is fine to be having 4, because that is how English works. I'm not sure if you knew that. Okay, retool supply ship, selectivity, and I think we'll only need 1. And while we're here, more frigates. And yeah, I think we've gone well over an hour here. I think we're going to call it close to this episode. We're just waiting on the stabilizer to stabilize that jump point, and then we're going to send a combat fleet through whatever it has. Hopefully it'll get supplied with maintenance supplies. It's full up on fuel, so we're basically all ready to go. Our economy survived. We did not run out of wealth, which I thought there's a very good chance that we're going to do, but can buy some more things from our civilian economy. These mines are starting to mine. Gong Gong is up and running very nicely. Yes, this is what I was worried about. We're getting quite an acute worker shortage on Earth. So I'm going to have to think very carefully about building anything more on Earth that requires workers. Financial centers, civilian economy. Let's just, how many do I have? So I wanted to get them all off. Financial centers. Oh, why can't I see it now? 124. So I'm going to edit that. And they are all going to be requested in Mars. Okay, we'll call it for this episode. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Thanks, bye.